Travel along, Catholic pilgrims, as we read letters from the voyages of St. Frances Cabrini as she traveled around the Western Hemisphere sharing the good news of Christ. Hello, Catholic pilgrims. We made it to the end of the second voyage to New York. There have been some delays. Icebergs have threatened, the engine broke, and many of the sisters struggled through seasickness, but they made it, and soon they will make landfall. After today's reading, I will give a short reflection about this second voyage to New York. So let's open to page 33. Monday, 28th of April. Today we shall see land about 3 p.m, but perhaps we shall not arrive in port until late in the evening, and we shall have to sleep again on sea. Our poor sisters will be equally impatient to see us as we are to embrace them. We have been greatly delayed, but here we are now, and it is our duty to thank the most Sacred Heart of Jesus. We were alarmed on the day the engine broke down, but now we know that the delay was a great grace, because without this delay, the meeting with the icebergs would have happened during the night and been fraught with great danger. Yesterday we were presented with other tickets for the lottery, in all nearly 100 lira worth. They invited me to view the exhibition. I found nothing of any use to us. Even if we win, it will matter very little because they are all useless things. I hope to have a greater gain of a more important kind, that of converting, with the help of the most Sacred Heart of Jesus, the Protestant gentleman who presented me first with the tickets. Yesterday we had a discussion, and he ended by saying I was right. He loves the Pope very much and feels a profound veneration for him. He also has a great esteem for our holy religion, but he does not wish to embrace it because he has seen so many priests without the true spirit. But also on this point he understood well when I told him the reason. You should see with what patience he listens to me when I speak. The sisters tell him in English what he has not understood from me. He is very intelligent, and from the expression on my face, he understands what I intend to say. He asks me to speak English as well as I can, and he helps me with some French words, saying he can understand. Sister Bernardina is going to make a novena for me to obtain the grace to speak English, and assures me she will obtain it. What do you think of it? I fear the day of judgment will arrive before I learn English. Notwithstanding, I trust in my good Jesus, and if he wants me to bring to his heart any souls, he will also give me the grace to speak the language of the country I shall visit. A lady of New York never leaves us. She is very frank and active. She always speaks, in the presence of everybody, of the work of the sisters and persuades all regarding the advantages and benefits of our little mission. Now I leave you with this little news, though badly connected, which I have been able to write between one wave and another. You must accompany me always with the practice of the most beautiful virtues, and especially of those you know I desire from each of you. May Jesus bless you and enclose you in his beautiful heart, where we shall find a true paradise on earth, and may he make you always most fervent in spirit, in the perfect abnegation of yourselves, and in the detachment from all creatures and from all pleasures. The sisters salute you dearly, your affectionate mother, and the servant sisters of Christ Jesus, Frances Xaverina Cabrini. I recently spoke with the executive director of the St. Frances Cabrini Shrine in New York. I get to go there in September. Pretty excited about that. This is the place where Mother Cabrini's body rests. Julia was giving me information about Mother Cabrini and listening to how my podcast was going to flow this year. And at one point she said, Mother was extremely afraid of water. And that got me thinking about myself and contrasting myself with her. I am extremely afraid of deep, dark water too. It's a huge fear of mine. And you better believe that if I was writing letters to my loved ones while out on a big ship traveling across the ocean, I'd be writing about my fear and how much I hated deep, dark water pretty constantly. Now, we just traveled with Mother Cabrini across the Atlantic, and at no point did she carry on and on about being afraid of the water. Like, you wouldn't even know that she was deeply afraid of water. She expresses some concern over the icebergs, but even then, her fear is kept in check. In fact, in thinking about this, for me, if you told me that I needed to go on a mission for God and it involved traveling by ship across the ocean, I'd probably decline. I would because I would be so fearful of the water and of being seasick, because that's something that I struggle with. Mother Cabrini, though, does not operate like me, thank God. Because see, for me, I think that any mission must go how I want it. Dear God, if you are going to send me on a mission, can you please make it a place I desire, a place with good food? And I'd like to fly to get there, and it'd be even better if I didn't have to fly, and I want to be able to take suitcases of stuff, and when I get there, if the place I will be staying in could be really nice and comfortable. I mean, this is my mentality, which obviously means I have a long way to go. We see here with this voyage, Mother Cabrini is willing to go the distance for Christ. It's like the line in the movie Field of Dreams, go the distance. God whispered that to her, and she went. This voyage wasn't a nice, comfortable ride, and she knew it wouldn't be because she'd made it before. And there were rough waves, icebergs, blistering sun, delays, sick sisters, and no priest. Julia, the executive director, told me that Mother saw difficulty at the start of a mission as a good sign because it meant that the work was sealed with the cross. And that has really stuck with me. And it will probably be the thing that forever sticks with me. She expected difficulty, and her attitude was such that she saw it as a good sign. How many of us think that way? Not many, I'd guess. But if Christ was willing to go the distance for us, shouldn't we be willing to do the same for him? Yes, we should. Why would we think any mission that God calls us to, big or small, would be paved with a yellow brick road that we can dance upon? So what should we take from this? I think it's that love should inspire you to go the distance. We should want to press through difficulties for God, for our loved ones, and for our neighbors, which is what Mother Cabrini and her sisters did. So we'll end our trip across the ocean with Mother Cabrini for now, but we will meet up soon to join her as she travels back across the ocean to France. Until then, live the faith boldly and travel well.